Conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was killed at an event in Utah. I asked Grok AI to summarize, and I'll read that summary now. On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk, a prominent conservative activist and founder of Turning Point USA, was fatally shot in the neck while speaking at a student Q&A event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. The incident occurred around 12:20 p.m. near the campus food court, with a single shot fired from an elevated position in an academic building approximately 100 to 200 yards away. Kirk, 31, was pronounced dead, and President Donald Trump confirmed his death on Truth Social, ordering U.S. flags to be flown at half staff. Despite initial reports of a suspect in custody, authorities later clarified that the shooter remains at large, prompting a massive manhunt and campus lockdown. The shooting, which drew bipartisan condemnation, is part of a recent spike in political violence in the U.S., with no motive yet disclosed. Uh, so thank you to Grok for that summary. Grok used NBC News and CBS 8 as sources for the summary. And you know, this is obviously just terrible and devastating news. Um, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. You should be absolutely sick to your stomach by what happened today. Charlie Kirk leaves behind a wife and two small children, and it's just absolutely just a senseless act of violence. Um, Make no mistake, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This is an assassination. You don't have to be a political figure, technically, to be, I should say, you don't have to be a politician to be assassinated. You know, Martin Luther King was assassinated. He wasn't a politician, he was a political activist. Same thing with Malcolm X. And that's what happened to Kirk, man. And I just think it's terrible. Uh, I think that it will only serve to further divide the left and the right. Uh, it's a shame it can't bring us closer together. Um, but I don't know. I just think it's just going to bring us further apart. And I think it's a day that will live in infamy. In infamy in this country. Um, I think that Charlie Kirk. I think he'll be remembered as a martyr for his cause, and I just don't know what it's going to take in this country uh, for people to realize that left, right, conservative, liberal, we're all people, we're all Americans, and things that tie us together are greater than the things that separate us, or should be. And I'm not one to. I don't think anybody should politicize uh, this, but I just think that it's just all happening. When I was a kid, conservatives were not demonized, and I think the racial discussion, any talk of the race relations or racism in this country, pretty much had ceased when Obama became president. But then what happened was when Obama, as his second term was coming to an end, I think that the left realized that, what are we going to do now? Election is approaching, and that was when the Michael Brown situation happened, where he was killed by the police. And then you have the Ferguson protest, and I think the Ferguson protest happened because the media, which is largely left wing outside of Fox News, the media basically used it as a political um, avenue, uh, and used it to divide the left and the right. Uh, and then, of course, they further sensationalized. I think that was what caused. That was the media. I mean, it's like, police killings happen all the time in this country, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the media decided, the left wing media decided, in that instance, to use it as a political tactic to stir up, drama and unrest. And the Ferguson protests followed that. And I think that everything that has happened since then, it started there. You know, um, it's like I said. I mean, I wasn't. Ronald Reagan left office the year I was born, but Ronald Reagan wasn't considered a villain. You know, neither was George Bush, not senior or uh, George W. Bush. Um, Mitt Romney, John McCain, they weren't considered villains. It wasn't until really 2014 that I think, like I said, if you go back, all this stuff, everything that's happened since then, it started there, and that was when it became not just a difference of opinion, but we agree to disagree between the left and the right, but it became a war basically between the left and the right, and this I would say is this is it's probably the worst thing that's happened as a result of that divide. So uh, again, man, just a terrible day uh, in this country. I think this will echo for a long time, forever. The worst part is the fact that it was caught on video in such graphic detail. Such a clear shot of the shooting and the impact point, and you know, uh, it just sucks, man. You know, and I don't know. I have to see. I know, Civil War was trending on Twitter, and I don't know. We'll just have to. I don't think we'll go to war. Once again, I'm not picking sides. Everybody knows I'm conservative, but I'm not picking sides. I'm not trying to politicize this. But I don't think it'll be a civil war, or you have riots or anything like that. Because outside of the what happened on January 6th, the riot has generally been rather, it hasn't been their thing. That's been more of a liberal thing to riot and do stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what to say except rest in peace to Charlie. And my thoughts and prayers are with his wife, the wife he leaves behind, two small kids he leaves behind, with everybody, all his friends and family, and everybody mourning his death. Um, be safe out there.